Sharks. Just hearing the word can make your heart race a little faster. For many of us, the mere mention of sharks conjures up images of danger lurking beneath the waves, waiting for an unsuspecting swimmer. But why is that? Why do these magnificent creatures inspire such fear and fascination? Just the word sends shivers down spines. Decades of movies, news stories and sensational headlines have painted sharks as ruthless predators, always on the hunt for their next victim. The iconic image of a dorsal fin slicing through the water is enough to keep some people out of the ocean altogether. We picture giant, razor-sharp teeth, cold, black eyes, and an insatiable appetite for human flesh. The truth is, these images are more fiction than fact. In reality, sharks are far more complex and fascinating than the monsters we imagine. But what if this image is wrong? What if everything we think we know about sharks is based on myths and misunderstandings? What if, instead of being the villains of the sea, sharks are actually its misunderstood guardians? What if sharks, the kings and queens of the ocean, are more misunderstood than monstrous? These animals have been around for over 400 million years. Long before the dinosaurs, and have evolved into some of the most efficient and graceful creatures in the ocean. It's time we faced our fears and discovered the truth about these incredible creatures. Scientists and divers who spend time with sharks know a very different animal, one that is curious, intelligent and often shy around humans. In fact, most shark species pose little to no threat to people. The reality is, you are more likely to be struck by lightning or injured by a household appliance than attacked by a shark. Yet, our fear persists, fueled by stories that rarely reflect the true nature of these animals. We often see sharks as villains of the deep, but this couldn't be further from reality. In fact, sharks play a crucial role in maintaining the health of our oceans. As apex predators, they keep marine ecosystems in balance, ensuring that populations of other species remain healthy and diverse. Without sharks, the delicate balance of ocean life would be thrown into chaos. Their presence helps regulate the food chain, preventing the overpopulation of certain species and supporting the growth of vibrant coral reefs. They are not mindless killing machines. Instead, sharks are highly adapted survivors, capable of complex behaviors and even social interactions. Some species form schools, while others display remarkable problem-solving skills. They are intelligent, ancient creatures with a vital role to play in our oceans. By learning more about sharks and challenging our misconceptions, we can begin to appreciate their true beauty and importance. It's time to see sharks not as monsters, but as the guardians of the deep they truly are. The first thing to understand about sharks is their incredible diversity. There are over 500 species of sharks, each with unique characteristics and adaptations. Some, like the massive whale shark, are gentle giants filtering tiny plankton from the water. Others, like the bizarre-looking hammerhead, use their oddly shaped heads to detect prey hidden in the sand. And yes, some sharks, like the great white, are apex predators, but even they are not the mindless man-eaters we often imagine them to be. Sharks are the ultimate hunters of the ocean, perfectly adapted for survival in their watery world. Over millions of years, evolution has fine-tuned their bodies and senses, making them some of the most efficient predators on the planet. Their streamlined bodies allow them to glide effortlessly through the water, conserving energy as they patrol vast stretches of the sea in search of food. Every part of a shark is built for hunting, from their powerful tails that propel them forward with sudden bursts of speed to their keen senses that help them locate prey even in the darkest depths. One of the most remarkable features of sharks is their sense of smell. It's so acute that they can detect a single drop of blood diluted in an Olympic-sized swimming pool from miles away. This incredible ability allows them to track injured or distressed animals over long distances, honing in on the faintest scent trails carried by ocean currents. Their nostrils, located on the underside of their snouts, are specialized for picking up even the slightest chemical changes in the water, making them masters of detection. But their sensory powers don't stop there. Sharks possess a unique sixth sense, thanks to special organs called the ampullae of Lorenzini. These tiny pores on their snouts can detect the faint electrical fields generated by the beating hearts and muscle movements of other animals. This means that even if a fish is hiding under sand or a seal is camouflaged among rocks, a shark can still find it. This electroreception gives sharks a huge advantage, especially when hunting in low visibility or at night. And then there are their teeth, dozens of rows of razor-sharp serrated blades that are constantly being replaced throughout their lives. If a tooth breaks or falls out, another one moves forward to take its place, ensuring that sharks always have a mouthful of deadly tools ready for action. These teeth are perfectly designed for gripping, tearing, and slicing through the flesh of their prey, making sharks formidable hunters. Despite all these fearsome adaptations, it's important to remember that sharks are not designed to hunt humans. Their incredible senses and powerful jaws have evolved for life in the ocean to help them catch fish, seals, and other marine animals that make up their natural diet. When sharks encounter humans, they are usually curious or simply passing by, not looking for a meal. In fact, we are not their natural prey. Most shark species have little interest in humans, and attacks are extremely rare. When they do occur, it's often a case of mistaken identity. Sharks may bite a surfer or swimmer thinking they are a seal or fish, but they almost always let go once they realize their mistake. Sharks have evolved over millions of years to hunt the creatures of the sea: fish, seals, sea lions, and other marine animals. Their bodies, senses, and behaviors are all tailored to this environment. Humans, as large land-dwelling creatures, are simply not on the menu. Understanding this helps us appreciate sharks for what they truly are: perfect predators, but not human hunters. So why do shark attacks happen at all? It's a question that has fascinated and frightened people for generations. Sharks have long been portrayed as ruthless predators in movies and the media, but the reality is far more complex and much less terrifying than most people think. To truly understand why shark attacks occur, we need to look beyond the headlines and explore the facts. The truth is, shark attacks are incredibly rare. Despite the fear they inspire, your chances of encountering a shark, let alone being attacked by one, are extremely low. Every year, millions of people swim, surf, and dive in the ocean without incident. In fact, the vast majority of sharks pose no threat to humans at all. Most species are shy, elusive, and uninterested in people. Statistically, you're far more likely to be struck by lightning than attacked by a shark. To put it in perspective, the odds of a shark attack are about 1 in 11.5 million, while the odds of being struck by lightning are roughly 1 in 500,000. So, while shark attacks make headlines, they are among the rarest dangers you'll face at the beach. When attacks do occur, it's often a case of mistaken identity. Sharks rely on their senses to hunt, but their vision isn't always perfect, especially in murky water. From below, a swimmer or surfer can resemble a seal or other prey animal, leading a shark to investigate with a bite. It's not malice, just a case of confusion. In fact, in certain conditions, a surfer paddling on a board looks strikingly similar to a seal from a shark's perspective. Seals are a natural food source for many large sharks, so it's easy to see how mistakes can happen. Most bites are exploratory, and sharks often release their prey once they realize it's not what they expected. Other times, sharks may simply be curious about unfamiliar objects or movements in their environment. Like many wild animals, they use their mouths to investigate. Occasionally, a shark may feel threatened or cornered, prompting a defensive response. But these situations are rare, and sharks generally avoid humans whenever possible. The important thing to remember is that these incidents are the exception, not the rule. Sharks play a vital role in maintaining the health of our oceans, and most encounters with them are peaceful. By understanding the truth about shark attacks, we can replace fear with respect and continue to enjoy the ocean safely. Let's put this into perspective. In 2024, there were fewer than 100 reported shark attacks worldwide, and only a handful of those were fatal. Now, compare that to the thousands of people who die each year from bee stings, dog bites, or even, believe it or not, falling coconuts. The numbers really do speak for themselves. Sharks are not the villains we make them out to be. In fact, we're far more dangerous to them than they are to us. Much of our fear of sharks can actually be traced back to movies like Jaws. This blockbuster, while undeniably entertaining, painted a terrifying and honestly pretty inaccurate picture of great white sharks as vengeful, man-eating monsters. The film's success, unfortunately, had a lasting impact on public perception. It fueled a fear of sharks that continues to this day, even though it is largely unfounded. Ironically, the real danger is not from sharks to humans, but from humans to sharks. Overfishing, habitat destruction and climate change are pushing shark populations to the brink. Every year, millions of sharks are killed for their fins, used in a cruel and wasteful practice known as shark finning. This unsustainable demand for shark fin soup and other products is decimating shark populations worldwide. What many people don't realize is that sharks are essential for healthy oceans. As apex predators, they regulate populations of other fish, preventing overgrazing and maintaining balance in the marine ecosystem. Without sharks, the delicate balance of the ocean could collapse, with devastating consequences for marine life and for us. Their importance just cannot be overstated. They are the guardians of our oceans, and their decline is a warning sign we cannot ignore. It's time to change the narrative. Sharks are not monsters. They are magnificent creatures that deserve our respect and protection. We must challenge the myths, dispel the fears, and embrace the truth about these incredible animals. By supporting sustainable fishing practices, reducing our plastic consumption, and raising awareness about shark conservation, we can ensure that these ancient mariners continue to roam the oceans for generations to come. The future of our oceans and our planet depends on it.